I choose to hear the podcast. The future probably isn't as scary as you think. In the podcast, Kevin Kelly, the author of Inevitable, tells us about his idea of the future. But no, it's not a future dominated by robots that think by itself. Kevin claims that artificial intelligence will become a commodity, and the robots takeover shouldn't have to be a topic of panic, because it doesn't mean that robots will take the place of humans, because they can't do our actions in the way we do. The technology will continue evolving with the time, and it's important to note that the more powerful technology is the most abused and weaponized, and also that one sign of success of the technology is that it becomes invisible to us. It's a fact that intensive jobs as doctors, lawyers, architects can be realized by automated artificial intelligence, but the best teams are conformed by a human and an artificial intelligence, so robots can be our allies instead of our enemies. An example is the Centauros, the best chess player on its planet, but it's not a robot or a human, it's a team made by both. And another example is Watson, the best medical diagnostician, half robot, half human. These collaborations have the best results because human thinks in one way and robots in a different one, and we obtain a combination of these both way of thinking. Kevin Kelly only tries to illuminate the trends in the present rather than making predictions about the future. The title of his book, Inevitable, makes reference to the long-term processes that have been happening for 20 or 30 years ago that are inevitable, like the cell phones or the internet. My takeaways of the podcast are that the term dematerialization is obtaining the same benefits with less matter. An example is having a USB with 300 songs instead of having many CDs, or having virtual books instead of having paper books. Another takeaway is that we live surrounded by all technology. The concrete, the steel, and the electrical light is all technology, because the technology don't go away. The only thing that happens is that we get used to it. We get used to see electrical light. That's why we don't think that it's technology, electrical light. Also, I learned that Kevin thinks that the most important skill for humans to have in the future is to retrain and learn the new things the future will bring us. And finally, that while creating new artificial intelligence, the most remarkable questions are philosophic human questions as what does it mean to be a human? What should we be as humans? I think the future is uncertain to everyone, but this podcast is really interesting because it's really focused on real and reasonable facts about the future.